Okay, now the audio's on. Let me know what the audio sounds like, please, so I don't mess up again. Micah, welcome. How's the audio sound? I just messed with it before I turned this on, so let me know how it sounds, and we'll get going here in a minute. Sean, good day. Alex, Matt, how you guys doing? David? All right, once I get this finished, then I will get my broadcast on and we will start watching. All right, thank you for the heads up on the audio, or thanks for the 2025 is here. A lot of exclamation points. Okay. Okay. Make sure that's posted. And is it? I think it is. Close enough for me. All right. Let's go up here. Let's pull this out here. And you can't see anything I'm doing because this is on my second screen, but I'm moving stuff so I can watch it. Been a while since I watched hockey. Yeah. No, I've been watching college basketball all day. What out? Good movie. Parent discretion advised, or whatever that saying is. All right. Okay. I got it. I got it up here on my screen. I got the live chat over here. I got my stream, making sure everything's going right over here. Harvick, Boyer, Mike Joy, back in the booth, baby. NASCAR's back. 2025's here. I'm happy. The offseason was, I don't want to say it was killing me, but I was ready for the race season to get back. Okay. Well. Oh, yes. I'm going to add something to the chat here. There's no fantasy NASCAR this weekend, but I will say that we are going to do, once again, the fantasy schedule, or the fantasy league for the channel. I guess I should just wait for the live leaderboard to pop up here. But I'll put that in the comments. Let's see here. They're explaining the format for those of you who don't know, if you can hear it in the background. I don't know if I'm going to get copyrighted for the audio, but obviously I cannot show it for legal reasons. Apologies. But okay, anyways, back to this. Why are you not... All right. So feel free to join the fantasy league if you want. No pressure. That starts up at Daytona. That's not this week at the Clash. Yeah, the wreck avoidance. I mean, even in practice, I feel like if you're faster, people are gonna get shoved out of the way or whatever. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, how people react to it, and all that. But once again, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. I'm curious to see how this goes. You know, the Clash at the Coliseum was one thing, and it was unique. It was cool, but Bowman Gray is known for the chaos, known for the wrecks, and once again, I'm very curious to how this weekend's gonna go with wrecking and all that. But I don't know why they don't have the darn live leaderboard up. I guess the session hasn't technically started, but welcome to all 20 of you who are here. Glad you could make it. Glad you could be here. We got the Clash here, the practice sessions. First time the Cup Series has been at Bowman Gray since 1971. Practice, we got 3 groups. Each group gets 8 minutes apiece. The final session for each of the 3 groups will be the qualifying, and that will set the heat lineups. The heats are tonight. We'll have, oh boy, how many different heats? I already forgot. We have a few heats tonight. They're all in order. They all go after each other. And after each of those heats, we'll have the lineup for the race, but we'll also have the lineup for the last chance qualifier. The last chance qualifier is your, well, it's pretty self-explanatory, your last chance to qualify for the main event, the Clash at Bowman Gray. 23 spots in the main event. 20 of those will be clinched tonight, 2 tomorrow in the last chance qualifier, and 1 more based on a points provision. So, yes, that is your format. Waiting for the live leaderboard. Here we go. Live leaderboard. This is what you get to see. Obviously, copyright reasons, I cannot show the actual broadcast, but we can talk about it and we can watch it together and have fun. So that's what this is all about anyways, having fun. Welcome, Denver. The first 4 hours of the Bathurst, 12 hours of demo derby at the moment. Yeah, no, dude, I saw that car almost flipped off the top of the mountain. That was really freaky. That was scary, if anything. So, yeah, that is not ideal. 888 going to, yeah, I saw they were going to Ford. I don't know the extent of supercars. I don't know who else is Chevy. I don't know. Once again, I don't keep up with supercars as much as you do, obviously, but I do know it's a big deal when anyone switches manufacturers or engines. So, yeah. $5 says there's a fight in short shorts again. Short. What does that even mean? Trackhouse to Ford in 2026? No. If anything, I could see Trackhouse, if there was a new manufacturer, I could see them defecting there. But right now, they're a Tier 1 program at Chevy. Arguably the second best team at Chevy right now. So I don't really see any reason that they would want to leave Chevy. All right, we're back to the broadcast. It looks like we're about to get started here. But yes, the heat races start at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time tonight, so 7:30. So that's about 2.5 hours from now. But when Ricky Stenhouse, beat Kyle Busch in short shorts. I forgot. Those were just regular shorts. They weren't really short shorts. I know they got their pit reporters, but there's not really a pit lane this week. But yeah, there is a cool story. They're talking about it right now. But Tim Brown and Burt Myers, 2 short track guys who have raced at Bowman Gray a ton over their careers, and they're in this field attempting to qualify. We got Tim Brown in the Rick Ware 15, and then in the 50 car, I believe the Amerivet car, whatever they call it now, the former Money Team car. Where's the 50? 50. There's 60, Ryan Preece. That's going to take some time to get used to. And then Burt Myers, there he is right there. All right. So yeah, let's we can look at the changes that happened over the offseason. This is what we're going to talk about in the season preview. A week from tomorrow, a week from Sunday, Riley Herbst is a new driver in the Cup Series this year, full-time with 2311. Noah Gregson is now a driver for Front Row in the 4 car. Cole Custer's back in the Cup Series for Haas factory team now, no longer Stewart Haas Racing. Ty Dillon drives the second College car, no longer the 31 but the 10. Shane Van Gisbergen now drives a third Trackhouse car, the number 88. Josh Berry is now at the Wood Brothers after they picked up their 100th win last year. Ryan Preece is in a third RFK car. AJ Allmendinger is back full-time in the Colleague 16. Coming up here, part-time, Garrett Smithley. Chase Briscoe, this is one of the biggest ones, I would say, in the 19 for Joe Gibbs Racing. Michael McDowell, the 71. Justin Haley, I know he finished off the season. Oh, okay, I guess we don't get to finish here. Looks like practice has started, ladies and gentlemen. I got cut off there. But okay, I guess I could go to the comments over here. But yes, they are driving into the stadium right now. Byron, first car out. Then we got Larson. We got Bowman. A lot of Hendrick here. The 2020 class. Yeah, that was a rough one, David. I agree with you there. Oh, there's Ty Gibbs, Daniel Suarez, Bubba Wallace. 2025 is here. The season has begun. Let's go. Tim and Burt can race it. No, I believe it with how good they are at the short track, specifically Bowman Gray. I think they said Tim Brown has like the most wins all time here or something crazy. Let's see. This guy looks awesome. It's Saturday night. What's up, Duke Chronic? What's up, Gerard? Apologies if I pronounced that wrong. Shot to me. But they start out the session in a caution, it looks like, before they get going. Just make sure everyone gets on the track. By the way, on HBO Max or Max, whatever they call it now, they're going to have the live leader or the live onboard camera for every single driver, which is kind of cool. Sean, I think Briscoe's going to do a good job in that 19. I think he's a really good driver. I mean, he proved it, obviously, last year at Darlington. That's a tough track to win at. And Stewart-Haas equipment, which was not great. I know they were better at Darlington than most tracks, but I think it's obviously a good move for Briscoe, but I think it's a good move for Gibbs. I think Briscoe's a really good driver, and this is a big prove-it opportunity for him. So I would disagree with you there, Sean. But first cars on track in 2025. Still not green yet. Still under yellow. I don't know how long we go under yellow. But I'm trying to get on the bottoms. What they're talking about, as Duke Chronic said, Harvick was really good at hooking the bottom, especially Atlanta. I felt like that was where he was most known for doing that. But this is weird. Here we go. Green. Yay. All right, 8 minutes for Group A. We got Byron, Larson, Bowman, the Hendrick cars all right there. Suarez, Gibbs, Bubba Wallace as it goes back to the front. Oh, Byron slipping up. Lap 1. Turn 3. Well, turn 4, really. But Larson's already all over his bumper. Those are teammates. You got to remember that. So I guess this is good practice also to see, for Byron, how much can you play defense, and then Larson, how much can you play offense without, wrecking your teammates. So Larson's all over his bumper. Once again, this is practice, ladies and gentlemen. Ty Gibbs just at the, now Herbst with the fastest lap. Austin Dillon up to third, living up to the number 3 and third. Well, that was short-lived. Preece jumps up to third. Ryan Preece is a name to watch for this one. Ryan Preece is a great short track racer. Does a lot of modifieds and that stuff. Did a lot in the Northeast. He's one to watch, I would say. There's Herbst. Herbst and Gibbs, if they get side by side, it's over. I'm going to be so lost. Yeah, Sean, for sure. Briscoe's got a big seat to fill, for sure. A Joe Gibbs racing car after Martin Truex Jr., it's a big deal. 24's trying to learn from the 5. Joey Logano will probably when he wins at all these new tracks. Don't forget to hydrate, ladies and gentlemen. Last time NASCAR was here, I was like negative 29 years old, so 1971, I think that's when they said the last time was. So no, Sean, this is a really well-known track amongst the short track world. I think NASCAR owns the facility itself, but it's also a football stadium, like a high school football stadium or something. But as far as I know, I've only seen the highlights of wrecks, of fights here. I've never actually seen, like, I hate to say it, but racing. It's just you usually see a lot of fights and stuff. Suarez's car is a little bit darker than the renders in parts. It's got a little bit more navy in there. I thought it was like a bright blue. We're about halfway through this group. I don't even know if you're going to be able to run side by side for a full lap. You'll probably give. Oh, Hocevar just went to the garage, and it's so weird. You kind of have to maneuver around the outside of the track. Mike Joy said he tapped the wall or something. Oh, Ty Dillon and Austin Dillon are right next to each other. I mean, they're not next to each other, but they're bumper to bumper. This is weird. Watch this madhouse be tame house with NASCAR. I mean, we've seen this next gen car at the short tracks has not exactly been great. It hasn't been horrible, but it hasn't been great. Denver, maybe not in practice, but in the race, I would assume so. Maybe even, probably even the heats and whatnot. In the last chance qualifier, bumping someone out of the way to make the main event. I would say someone overcalculates or oversends it and sends them into the wall. It's possible. Also, it's so cold there. I'm curious what it does to the tires and whatnot. I mean, it's not like freezing or anything, but compared to like last year in Los Angeles, I don't know. I'm curious how they went into this thing, how much they learned. But fastest lap right now is a 15 or a 14.019 by Ty Gibbs. Wow. Oh, they said Hocevar's window net came down. It's a safety violation. Yes, if anyone's curious what that link is, it is a link to the fantasy league. Anyone's allowed to join. It's just for fun. It's to have a good time. It doesn't start this week at the Clash, but it starts at Daytona. 5-1. You see a fight happening in the main. I mean, last year we kind of had a scuffle. It wasn't a full fight between Ty Gibbs and Logano, but we had a scuffle. You know, they went and they yelled at each other. I think hands were put on each other, like a little bit of a shove, but nothing too crazy. Ty Gibbs triggered Joey Logano into a championship. He started that championship run. That was all on Ty Gibbs. That's a joke, if you can't detect the sarcasm. Larson and Bell might be the two fastest. Yeah, I'm curious what the 5 lap, 10 lap, 15 lap averages are because, I mean, Larson, everyone's been out there the whole time. Obviously, Larson's been out this session. Bell not out quite yet, but no, it'll be the third session where everyone's kind of qualifying lap comes in.
With a track this small and tight, it's guaranteed to be at least some temper slowing. Yeah. Logano and Dillon, after last year, after that beef at Richmond, Logano might have a little bit of a shorter fuse when it comes to Austin Dillon. So, Denver, that's not a bad bet. We could see that. It's so hard to predict who's gonna fight though. Like if there's something like previous history, recent history, someone's gonna try to get payback, then yeah, okay, that makes it a little bit easier on you. But it's so hard to say like, yeah, like Austin Dillon and Joey Logano, or like Kyle Larson and Tim Brown. That's who they're showing on the screen. I don't think that's actually gonna happen, but it's hard to predict some of this stuff. Uh-oh. Oh. Seeing the session, I thought Ty Dillon had a problem. Well, that's the end of Group A, Session 1. Ty Gibbs. Fastest in Group A? I mean, what did we learn? I don't know. 14:019 is fast. That's what I learned. 33 laps in 8 minutes for Ty Gibbs. You can get a lot of laps in here. That's what we learned. This is going to be a quick race weekend since it's such a small track. It's a Pizza Hut commercial currently. They need some time between groups to get everyone ready. Logano still got Richmond on his mind, or in his. Bowman is perfect place to get revenge. Oh, Bowman Gray. At first, I saw Bowman at Denver. I thought you meant Alex Bowman. I was like, what does Alex Bowman have to do? But yeah, Bowman Gray. Yeah, but it's also not a points race. So like, if Logano dumps Austin Dillon for like seventh, like what does that do? What does that tell Austin Dillon? It's seventh place in an exhibition race. Like, what are we doing here? But if it was like for the win, maybe that's a little bit more impactful as a sort of revenge. But or maybe Logano's just gotten over it. Who knows? Whoever sits on pole is going to be tough to pass. Yeah, kind of like last year at the Coliseum. So M Edmonds. Yeah, there's different groups. So we got 3 different groups. Each group gets 3 sessions, 8-minute sessions. So yeah, we will see SVG in the second group here. So the second group is actually about to get started here. Gotta unmute it here. But here we go. It looks like they're about to get ready to start this group. We got Todd Gilliland in the 34. That'll take some time to get used to, especially with the Loves and the Long John Silver's sponsorship. There's SVG in the 88, Chris Buescher. He's got Kroger on his car now. Not a different number, not a different team, but it is a different sponsor. We got Cole Custer back in the 41. They're showing the 50 right now. Burt Myers, short track guy, knows this place pretty well. 11-time Bowman Gray modified champion. There you go. As I said, Burt Myers, Tim Brown, those two NASCAR people may not know them. I didn't know much about them before this, but they are legends at Bowman Gray. They have won a lot here. So to put them in a Cup Series car for their Cup Series debut made a lot of sense for the 50 and for Rick Ware Racing here.
Ryan Blaney's in this group, the 2023 Cup Series champion. And they're about to interview Priest, it looks like, after the first session, the first group. Priest said it's slick. If you can't hear the audio, that's what Priest had to say about it. M. Edmonds, I am watching it on foxsports.com/live/FS1. It's on Fox Sports. So if you're looking for a channel, it's on FS1. If you're looking for the internet, it's on foxsports.com. Go to live and you'll find it. But Group B is go. They are going right now. They are green. There's Blaney, Christopher Bell in that beautiful Mobil 1 scheme. Denny Hamlin in Sports Clips colors. Same paint scheme as last year, basically. Who is that? There's that Cindric. I think that was Cindric. Couldn't really tell, though. Yes, that was Cindric. Kyle Busch. Still in the zone. Oh, Kyle Busch was sliding a little bit there. Not quite spinning, but he was moving a little bit. SVG in this group. Chris Buescher. I think we already said that. I can't believe they changed the Freightliner paint scheme for Cindric. The old one was so perfect. Oof, Kyle Busch. Every time they show him, he's sliding. You look in the car and the wheel is pointing this way. For reference, it's supposed to be going this way. I don't know how the camera works. So this is turning left. He's turning right. Richard Childress, they're showing him on the radio. Obviously the owner of the 8-car and the 3-car, Richard Childress Racing. This is extremely confusing. They have the names on track in white, but the ones that have already gone in yellow, I feel like they should flip that. Like if you're on track, you should be in the colored text. But Cindric, the fastest one so far in the group. He's up to 10th fastest overall. For those of you looking for SVG, he's currently 25th out of 26. It was a 14.4 something. Well, I guess I got it here. A 14.42. I think you guys can see that. You can see my screen here. So, praying to the yeah, Kyle Busch is praying to the racing gods that RCR shows up with some good equipment this year. But let's see. Yeah, I'm curious to see, for all you SVG fans, I'm curious to see how he does this year as they show him on the TV screen. Especially at some of these like super NASCAR tracks and like the next gen car, because last year like Martinsville was a big one, I would say. Oh yeah, he doesn't have his rookie stripes. That's weird, but so SVG doesn't have the yellow rookie stripes, but on the front of the car, on the nose, they have 2 Red Bulls on the side of the nose, and there's a yellow stripe that goes across it. So that's kind of like a front rookie stripe, if anything. But it's so cool to see Red Bull back, man. I miss it. It was so cool to see Casey Kane drive that number 4 to victory lane at Phoenix all those years ago. You know, Brian Vickers was in the 83. I remember that. Scott Speed in the 82. I still got a video game with Scott Speed in the Red Bull 82 car. So it's cool to see Red Bull back. And they're talking about Cole Custer currently in a nice red and black Haas tools. They did a little bit of a rebrand. Obviously, same number 41 in the Haas tooling. Kind of a similar paint scheme, but they did a new number font. Todd Gilliland's down to 34. They're showing that. One guy's going to get mad. Yeah, Denver. I saw that there was a rumor about something about IndyCar racing internationally, but I didn't know enough about it. Yeah, Casey Kane returning. That'll be exciting. I mean, we have so many things changing, like, sponsors coming back or sponsors leaving, drivers changing teams, like the normal stuff. But that was a huge surprise. Casey Kane not only coming back, but coming back in the Xfinity Series at Rockingham with Richard Childress Racing. That's a cool deal. John Hunter Nemechek's on track. They're showing him currently in the 42 car, his second year with Legacy Motor Club. Legacy Motor Club, obviously, this is not like a make it or break it year, but I would very much like to see them take a step forward. Last year, I thought there might be some growing pains, but I really didn't know what to expect with that team. Last year was horrendous for that team. Eric Jones misses a couple races due to injury. They have no speed anywhere. I mean, I can't think of a single thing that went right for him last year. John Hunter Nemechek had a good Brickyard 400. He led some laps there. Top of my head, that's all I can remember about Legacy Motor Club in 2024. I really hope 2025 is better. I would love to see them be more competitive. Would love to see Eric Jones up in the top 10 more. Would love to see John Hunter up in the top 10 more. I really hope that they make a step forward. But I respect what they're doing. They're a TRD Tier 1 team, but they're not aligned with Joe Gibbs Racing. In the past, that's all the great Toyota teams outside of Joe Gibbs Racing. They've been aligned with Joe Gibbs Racing, and that's what's kind of helped them be so competitive from currently 2311 to front row, or not front row, furniture row. And, well, now we see a team doing it without the help. And we saw some every once in a while, like I think Levine Family Racing. I don't think they relied on Joe Gibbs Racing, if I remember correctly. But Legacy Motors Clubs, they're trying to do it themselves. And I'm curious to see the progress year over year. Cameron, welcome. Kiwis are going to have to tune into your channel. Well, I'll see what I can do for practice and whatnot, but this is just the beginning of the year. Live stream. Happy to be here for the start of the season. It's officially underway. Every single practice and qualifying session, I don't know. Usually they're in the morning here in the U.S., which is like in the middle of the night for New Zealand. Like it's at like 11 a.m. U.S. time. I don't know the exact translation, but I know that's in the middle of the night in New Zealand. So we'll see, but I'll keep you updated. Obviously, the NASCAR app, I would recommend downloading that. They have everything you need. Times, they have 5-lap averages, 10-lap averages, 15-lap averages. But speaking of SVG, we see him 21st overall out of 26. And he's got a 14.34 as his fastest. Session's got about 30 seconds left. He's ran 34 laps, so he's run every lap in the session so far. But, Burt Myers. He didn't wreck, but he was sliding a little bit. But Micah, I'm going to come back to your question after Brett. So they don't have the in-car option. If they don't have it on the NASCAR website, I know it's on HBO Max or Max, whatever they call it now. There's an exclusive deal with Warner Brothers Discovery to where TNT is going to get to broadcast races, but every single NASCAR race this season, every single race, you, the viewer, if you have HBO Max, if you have a subscription, you can go watch your favorite driver. You can go watch their onboard camera and listen to their radio. If you have a subscription, any driver, Ross Chastain, cool. Kyle Larson, Ty Dillon, Ryan Preece, Ty Gibbs, Bubba Wallace, whoever it is, you can go. So you can get that on HBO Max. But I don't know if they still have it on the NASCAR website or NASCAR app, but I know for sure it's on HBO Max. I was going to test it out during the heats tonight. And if not, obviously tomorrow. The NASCAR link on the screen, like the NASCAR.com. I can get you that. That's easy. Pull it up here. I got who asked that? M. Edmonds. I got you. I'm gonna give you the live leaderboard. Once again, this is also on the NASCAR app. I feel like I'm doing free advertisement for NASCAR in their app, but you know what? It's all love here. There you go. That is the live leaderboard, or it should be. I hope it is. I also have our fantasy league pinned up here if you want to join. I'll be posting it throughout the week for what we do here. We got a lot scheduled. I posted our schedule on the community post, so go check that out if you haven't yet. But 1 week from tomorrow is the big one, the season preview, full season preview and predictions. So that'll be fun. I'm excited for that. Oh, Denver, is that who flipped? Once again, I saw that there was a flip. I did not see the context of it at all at the Bathurst 12 hour. But we've got 2 sessions down so far. Group A and Group B have both got a session down. We'll see what Group C does. And then everyone goes 2 more times. And that 3rd session is your qualifying session. Are we back? Looks like we are. Yeah, we are.
Super Bowl coming up on Fox. He's already got his gear. Yeah. Right, Clint? Well, you're on, buddy. You're on, buddy. Boys better get ready. Are you going? Yes, I'm going. You think they're gonna win? I only go when my team makes the Super Bowl. Yeah, you're a fair weather fan.
Yeah, Edmonds. Someone talked about it last week during the 24-hour live stream. Someone asked if I was going to stream during the Bathurst 12 hours, but unfortunately this was happening. So, or fortunately, I mean, I'm a NASCAR fan. It's not unfortunate, but unfortunate for those who are trying to watch the Bathurst 12 hours. But Group 3, it looks like they are here on track. We got Zane Smith. That's the first car I see. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Chase Briscoe's first laps in the 19. Defending champion Joey Logano with a new paint scheme. Newish. They added some more red, thankfully. I'm thankful that they did a little bit more with it this year.
I need you to sit aside, right? I need you to listen, try to understand. This is rare, the words that are coming out of my mouth. I love this opportunity. Look at this right here. Chase Briscoe, first look, folks. There it is.
It's going to take some time to get used to seeing Briscoe in the Bass Pro Shops paint scheme. I'll tell you that for sure. There's the unbannable paint scheme with Tyler Reddick. It says unbannable on the back. So, as I said, what did I say? I think I said it would be a 10 if they were allowed to say unbannable, a 9 if they didn't. So there you go. It's a 10 out of 10 paint scheme. Great reference. Yeah, Briscoe's paint scheme does look pretty good. Okay, I have a complaint about Napa. The blue number 9 paint scheme looks so good. Why do they insist on this white paint scheme? Why? Just why? What did the blue paint scheme do to you, Napa? Why are you so insistent on the white one? The blue one is so much better. It drives me crazy. Crazy. Here we go. Group C is green. Logano is like the leader. He was the first car to take the green. But he's already got Reddick all over his back bumper. Oh, Reddick just clipped the curb or a storm drain or something because he looked like he was about to spin out. Micah, you're allowed to like the white Napa scheme. I just think that the blue one's better. That's all. Yeah, Mike Joy saying it rained really hard in Winston-Salem last night. And, yeah. You hit the grass, that will not be good. Don't get spun out into the grass. Some people already did that in the modified races and whatnot. So, there's AJ Allmendinger back in the 16. He was in the 16 full time in 23, part time in 24, full time in 25 again. So, 43 years old. Wow, didn't know that. Knew he was a veteran, but I didn't know he was that much of a veteran. Josh Berry in the 21. That's going to take some time to get used to. But the all-red paint scheme, if they keep that for the whole season, that'll be easier because it's different than what Harrison Burton drove. So that'll make it a little bit easier. But Josh Berry in the 21, big deal for him. Obviously, the Wood brothers already got their 100th win, but, trying to get 101. Big deal. There's Chastain in the one car, the Trackhouse, number 1. I mean, the sponsor this week is Trackhouse. I mean, literally. There's Brad in the number 6. Zane Smith in the 38. Yeah, so Zane Smith, if he's running that Speedy Cash car all year, that's easy because it looks like the truck he used to drive. But I guess Todd Gilliland also drove that truck because I literally have it back there. But if he runs like the Generator 38 or the, let's see, what else did Todd have last year? What other sponsors? I don't know. But Generator, anything like that, it's so over. I'm going to call him Todd Gilliland so many times this year. But, oh my. Yeah, it looks like that first group is still the fastest. I don't know if the track's just getting... I don't know. It's like what's the opposite evolution? Devolution? Whatever. Something like that. But yeah, I mean, people are going fast, obviously. Like, you see Elliott's the fastest in the group right now in 12th, but well, I guess you can't see it here, but he's the fastest in this current group, but he's 12th fastest overall. And, they are halfway through the session, but yeah, no, the Wood brothers, they used to have that all red. I mean, Bill Elliott on my NASCAR 2011 The Game on the Wii. Bill Elliott's in an all red, Motorcraft paint scheme. They just talked about Cody Ware. He'll be full-time in the 51 this season. That'll be an interesting development. He actually had a decent season last year on his part-time schedule, but Cody Ware, I would say he's not the fan favorite, but we'll see how he does this year. Oh, Zane Smith sliding a little bit. Would be great if they put curbs on the track and make the presentation of the track. Well, Denver, the thing is that this is a short track. Like, this is not a NASCAR track. This is the first time NASCAR's been here in over 50 years. And NASCAR made enough changes as is. Like, the safer barriers are not usually there. The catch fence is not usually there. So this facility had to make a lot of adjustments for NASCAR already. And you can't do everything. And then on top of that, once again, it's also a football field. So they can't... Oh, okay. It looks like the graphics are back for Fox, the cartoon characters. I am not a fan of the cartoon characters that Fox makes. I wish they would just show normal pictures. But that's just me. Everyone has their own opinions. That's just me. Oh, there's who's in the 66 this week? Garrett Smithley, I think. 66. Yeah, Garrett Smithley. I was right. Okay, cool. Good to know. But yeah, Chase Elliott's still fastest in this group, but he's only 12th overall, so we'll see how this plays out in terms of the qualifying. I mean, I know it's a lineup based on how you do in your session, but curious to see if anyone goes faster, I guess. Like, it's a 14:019. Will that time be beat in the future, or is that it? Was that first session the fastest? Hello, Jamie. Hope all is well in Australia. Yes, Jamie. So, oh, Reddick. Oh, my God. He almost wrecked it. Like, he was laying rubber. Sorry, Jamie. But to answer your question, yes, I will. In fact, I will pull up the format for you. So basically, depending on where you qualify in the in qualifying is where you line up and which heat you're in. Once again, I will get that format for you. Since someone asked, I will just get it for you rather than me just explaining it. And in fact, during the commercial break, I will pull it over here and I'll show it to you. But I got to do a lot of scrolling here. Race format. Okay, here we go. Where's the graphic? I swear they had a graphic. Aha. I have found it. Okay, when the commercial comes at the end of this group, I will pull it over and I will show you the format. No problem, Jamie. We've got about 30 seconds left in this session, then I will show you what the format is. I first have to make sure that, well, Twitter doesn't Twitter. We're about to wrap up the third group, and then we'll start round 2 of practice, essentially. The next group, Group 1, goes back to their first session, or their second session. They get back on track for their second session, and Group 1 is over. Or round 1 of practice is over. Round 1, Group 1, Heat 1, Heat 2. Have I ever told you guys that math is hard? I say it like every video, honestly. Okay. Let's show you this format here. All right, since Jamie asked for it, here you go. Get yourself a good look at it. But there you go. So these numbers right here are based on the heat race lineups are set by the fastest practice time in the final practice session. So the fastest lap, you start first in Heat 1. Second fastest lap, you start on pole in Heat 2. Third fastest lap, you start first in Heat 3. Excuse me. Fastest lap, or fourth fastest lap, you start on pole in Heat 4. Fifth fastest lap, second in Heat 1. Sixth fastest lap, second in Heat 2. And on and on and on. So right now, if this were the final practice session, SVG, 27th overall. He would start, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th in Heat 3. So 7th in Heat 3, the top 5 advance. He would have to make up 2 spots in the heat race to advance to the main event. And then as for the main event itself, if SVG does not make up 2 spots, he gets to the last chance qualifier. Depends on where you finish in those heats. Lines up here. Top 2 advance. If he doesn't make the top 2, he's out. He misses the main event. And that last chance qualifier will be 24 hours from now. Tomorrow, it will not be right now. It's tomorrow. Remember that. We have our primary heats tonight. Heats 1 through 4. Tomorrow night, we have the last chance qualifier in the main event. So, there you go. It's like a week straight that geese have gone flying over this place. Okay. Sometimes they're louder, sometimes they're not, but once again, what do I know about geese other than what they look like and sound like? Aha, here we go. No.
They had some fun here. Hendrick did this morning. Hendrick Motorsports, Dale Ledbetter restored a Corvette for Rick Hendrick that raced here from 1958 to 1962. The only Corvette ever to score Grand National points. I drove it Tuesday. Awesome. Yeah. How was it? It was really cool.
It was the easiest one.
Steering wheel dragging my thighs. Now all these Corvettes were built.
No, Denver, for sure. I mean, it's Bowman Gray. People, if you're 6th in your heat and 5th place is within range, you're going to bump them out of the way, hoping you advance, and then also hoping that they don't make it in the last chance qualifier so that they can't get back to you. So there's a lot of things here. Your best case scenario is you bump someone out of the way in an exhibition race. They don't make the main event, so you don't have to worry about revenge. And also, you hope that they'll forget it because it's an exhibition race. It's not for points, so... All right, so the first group, Group 1, is back on track. That is Ty Gibbs, Priest, Ty Dillon, Larson, Herbst, Gregson. I think Bubba was in this group. Bowman, Suarez, Cindric, Byron. Elliott was not in this group. Briscoe was not in this group. Blaney was not in this group. So, once again, that first group was the fastest so far. But we'll see. That fastest lap for Ty Gibbs was a 14.019. Once again, I want to see if someone can beat that. I want to see if someone can do better. But are they in second gear? Oh, brother. Duke Chronic? I got no idea. That's a fantastic question, though. Let's see. I'll see if the NASCAR app tells me what gear they're in. It does not. I mean, I don't have my volume all the way up. Usually you can kind of hear it and you can add up, you know, first, second, third, like things like that. But right now I don't have that. I could get headphones, but frankly, I don't really know where the headphone port is on this computer. I think it's over here though. There's a over here. 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, man, dude. QQQ. In Texas, here in the United States, we get those temperatures in the summer. I much prefer the winters. Everyone talks about how much more they love the summers. They're like, oh, I'd rather be hot than cold. It's like, why? There's bugs. You get all sweaty and gross, and it's hot, and you can't peel layers off. Whereas in the winter, it's cold. The bugs are all dead. You can throw on a jacket. And if you're so cold, you throw on another jacket. You can throw on a blanket. But what do I know? Oh, yeah, where's Tim Brown on the leaderboard? Tim Brown. 15. I'm curious to see if he makes the main event. I think he can. 36. He's about 4/10 off, but you know, he knows this place pretty well. It's a completely different car, but he knows this place pretty well. I'm curious to see what he can do. Obviously, these first couple of sessions, learning the track, learning what the race pace is like, but that final session is when guys are going to be going all out, going on a fast lap, trying to qualify for the main event, so, or trying to get their best starting position for their heats, I should say. Yes, Mike, we know. Rookie stripes are dead. Rip rookie stripes.
I see a lot of cars starting to slip and slide around, Kevin. I'd say the tires are wearing on. Even Larson, you know, as many laps as smooth and steady as he was in that first session, he's slipping and sliding around down here.
Yeah, Denver, I'm not a fan of snakes. So anything cold-blooded, I'm not really a fan of. Except for turtles that aren't snapping turtles. They're kind of cool. Bump and run on the last lap tomorrow. David, that could be today, trying to make it into the main event. So there's no guarantee it's only tomorrow, like you're saying. Could be today as well. But so far, we've not seen a faster lap than Ty Gibbs in his first session. Currently, that first group is in their second session. Well, we're seeing a lot of bouncing, too. Some sliding. They're kind of talking about it right now, Boyer, Harvick, and all of them. But there's a little bit more sliding.
Gibbs would like to get close enough to give a little of that bumper to Bowman, but he can't quite get there. Yeah, right there he got that drain and bounced up off the corner and
Yeah, that's another factor. Like hitting those drains on the inside, like how much that's going to make the cars bounce and slide and all that. We've already seen it a couple times in these practice sessions.
You see, what I saw is Bubba Wallace starting to move around a little bit, turn on diamond, get that straighter drive up off, get underneath Gibbs.
Yeah, and as you look at this, as you look at the racetrack there, you'll
Yeah, you can see like Bubba Wallace, he's kind of trying to figure out, trying to learn like how to pass, like trying to diamond the corner or backing up the entry to make a better exit, going high to, as I said, diamond the corner in a sense. What can you do? Try not to hit the drain. But there's big chunks of tire coming off. Good grief. It's kind of like what we saw at Bristol last year.
Cars are really falling off. Love it. We're seeing that's 60 laps. That's right at about 60 laps on these cars. All right, Bubba's got the bumper to
Man, Ty Gibbs is holding everyone up.
and here comes the 4, Noah Gregson. He wants to be part of that.
They're going to start bumping each other out of the way like it's the race in practice. I mean, Bubba Wallace about spun out Ty Gibbs. They're trying to get past him. And now Gregson's trying to bump Bubba.
That anticipation of that, as soon as they start holding them up,
Oh.
you better be ready.
Yeah, and I don't think Ty liked that. You saw him brake check him a little bit there, but as fast as we thought Ty Gibbs' car was,
Denver, I think that's the rule for everyone with snakes. I know Australia's got a bunch of venomous ones, but that's me with snakes in general. I'm not messing with them.
Get underneath them and
Oh.
try to drive away.
Gregson's all over Bubba, and he's passing him.
Well, that was probably a smart move there.
I think he was just giving up the position, letting everyone go so that he can kind of get some clean air, do his own thing.
these races and heat races, the biggest thing you don't want to do is hit somebody hard enough to where that nose gets separated from the splitter. Because even though this is a small racetrack, you still want to have the best aerodynamics that you can.
Austin Dillon just bumped Riley Herbst out of the way.
Drive it in, Dillon.
Yeah, he just moved Riley Herbst right out of the way.
Oh, yeah. Minute and a half to go. Now, this is the final round of practice for this first practice group. The next time you see them, they'll be in their 4-minute timed qualifying session.
What? I guess it's only 4 minutes for qualifying.
Fastest in this session.
My bad. I thought it was 8 minutes in qualifying too, but
Tells us
Mike Joy just said it was 4 minutes.
better on tires with more laps on them. So, I think that's really the biggest thing that you want to know is
That 14.019 still hasn't been touched yet.
are going to fall off. It's not going to matter if you're the fastest guy, other than you got to qualify well and get in the front of the heat races.
Well, look at his teammate. That's right, Kevin. You can't look at him. He's already pulled off the racetrack.
No 14, yeah, no 14 anymore for now. I mean, the 14 could come back, but we see the 4 still in there. The 10's still in there with a different team. What other number did SHR have? The 41's still in there. But no 14, as he said, David. Briscoe got the last win in it at Darlington.
That's what a lot of these crew chiefs in this area have been comparing notes. But for that qualifying
18 seconds till this group is done with their practice, and then they go on to qualifying after the other 2 groups go.
That 54 car, I think the 54 car, Ty Gibbs finally calmed back down and got his senses back to him after Bubba ran into the back of him, and he's run that 48 car back down.
That's 70 laps on that 54. Yeah, Gibbs. 70. So round 2 of practice for group.
Yeah, I mean, Ty Gibbs was holding people up there, so they got to, and if you're trying to go quick in practice, trying to learn about the track, you got to learn how to pass at some point. And if it's not your teammate, I'd say go for it. I get Bubba and Ty Gibbs, they're Toyota teammates, but I don't know. I don't know. You got to learn it at some point. You got the heat races, sure, but do you really want to mess around with that when you're trying to get into the main event? Denver, you want the modified race at Bowman Gray for the first time. I'm impressed. The racing wars. No, dude, it's always crazy at Bowman Gray. It's like what Bowman Gray is known for, just absolute chaos, wrecks, fights, people jumping over the cars to fight each other. It's utter chaos. Currently under commercial break. No, David, everyone seems to think there's going to be some sort of fight this weekend, whether it's tonight or tomorrow. We'll see. Once again, I don't know. I don't know what we're going to see, but we're about to get Group 2 here. Group 2 is about to start here any minute. Their second session of practice. We start now. There we go. No, Denver. I think it was you. It could have been someone else who guessed that Austin Dillon and Joey Logano were going to fight tomorrow. So everyone put in your guesses. All 24 of you watching. I want to hear who you think is going to be in a fight either tonight or tomorrow. Any two drivers in the field, you let me know who is going to get in a fight tonight or tomorrow. Who do you think? But Chase Elliott just said he felt like that Bowman Gray is roomier than the Coliseum. So I want to hear what everyone says. Who's going to fight tomorrow? Who are going to be the people that fight each other? But Group 2 is go. Blaney, Bell. Denver still saying Logano versus Dillon. Well, you also have to factor in like who would fight. I think Dillon and Logano they would fight. But like there's some people who won't fight. Like I don't think Larson, Reddick, they won't fight. Like they've shown in the past that they won't fight. Some guys who have shown that they will fight. Let's go down this list here. Bubba Wallace, Suarez, Hamlin. Keselowski has been fought. He's not initiated a fight, though. Kyle Busch, oh yeah. He's been on both sides of it. McDowell, yeah, he's been a part of a scuffle. Cole Custer. No. Chastain, he had to fight back. Gregson, so I guess it just depends on who you are. Who's going to fight, who won't. But that would be funny if, like, the Vegas odds makers, if they put together, like, oh, my. That are leaving actual rubber, like, huge chunks of rubber down at the bottom of the track. That's crazy. SVG fans, SVG is in this session right now. Micah is also saying Dillon versus Logano. Oh, Bell. Ooh, just had a big step. But currently on track, Cindric's on track. Blaney. Nemechek, Justin Haley. I think Todd Gilliland. Hamlin. Bell, SVG, Cole Custer, Eric Jones, Burt Myers. Well, Micah, you say that about Blaney, but he had quite the offseason. He got married. He had a couple of months off. You know, he could be cooled down by now. He could be chill, but you never know. You could be right. It could be Blaney. Yeah, I'm curious. All right, we didn't have our Monday picks last week because there was no race last week. I think we did Monday picks after Phoenix. Oh, Bell sliding. But who is everyone's pick to win the Clash? It can be based off what you've seen in practice so far. It can be based off of just pure guessing. random logic like Logano's really good at new racetracks. He always wins there. It can be based strictly off that. But I'm curious who everyone thinks is going to win the Clash this weekend. Tim Brown versus Burt Myers for the fight. That would be funny, but be appropriate. I got more experience than everyone. But everyone let me know who your Saturday picks are. We'll make Monday picks in 2 days' time. We are going to adjust the time for the Monday after. We're going to do it a couple hours later than usual, and that'll be a permanent thing, but I'll let you know come Monday. I'll make an official time announcement, but I'm curious who everyone thinks is going to win the Clash. So I'll scroll through this leaderboard, make your picks. It can be anyone here. There you go. There's all 39 drivers. All right. No pressure. But Harvick's talking about SVG adapting and whatnot to the oval, seeing how he's going to do this year. Micah, you're picking Larson. The winner of the Clash, I do not believe they automatically get into the All-Star race. That is a good question, though. It's past All-Star winners. They get an automatic berth. And 2020, so this year it would be 2024 or 2025 Cup Series winners. They all get automatic tickets into the All-Star race. Everyone else has to try to qualify. So you look at some guys who came close last year, and if they don't win this year and they miss the All-Star race, Kyle Busch, SVG, if they end up falling short, they're going to look back at Darlington, at Watkins Glen, Daytona. It's funny to see them exit the track. Like, there's no pit road. There's no going behind the wall, like an inside, like the Coliseum had inside walls that you could go in. You have to go outside, like you have to go to an outside wall to leave the racetrack to go to the garage, which is just super weird to see. Kyle Busch versus Logano. Well, they got some history. Got about a minute and a half left in this group. Nice. Scrapes in the heat. Do Bradbury win the Clash? Oh, Bell just went wide. I'm curious to see how qualifying is going to go, though. If it truly is 4 minutes, like how aggressive are guys going to be to move someone out of the way if they're quicker, and then also like how are they going to set up trying to get a full lap in. I am curious to see how it goes and whatnot. Oh, they just said SVG bumped Christopher Bell out of the way, and Bell said, okay, I don't want to mess with this right now, and got out of the way. That's kind of funny. Also, they put Trackhouse on the A post. That's kind of cool. Oh, yeah, he sure did. He gave him a little bump, and Bell didn't really want to deal with it. Micah, yeah, you're right. And Group B is over. One more group until we hit qualifying. How about that? But for anyone who's wondering what this link that's pinned to the live chat is, that's our fantasy league. Once again, I'm going to push this. We had like 18 members last year. So feel free to join the fantasy league, the fantasy group. It's free of cost. You can do it whenever. You can start whenever. It starts at Daytona, runs through the season. You just pick 5 drivers every week. You can sub someone out midweek. It's fun. It's all for fun. It's exciting. So yeah, feel free to join the fantasy league. Kicks off at Daytona. So that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to doing the fantasy league again this year. So I hope everyone can sign up because that'll be fun. Where's the pit lane? Oh, there is no pit lane here. Oh my. K16R32 GTR. There is no pit lane. You go behind the outside wall because this is a football field and they don't have an infield like at the Coliseum. They paved the inside and they did an inside wall that you could pit or go get your car checked out at. But here they do not have a pit lane. They do not have an infield. You have to literally go to the outside wall in the middle of a turn to go out of the arena and go get your car worked on. So there is no pit lane here. And there is no live pit stops here at any point during this race. Excuse the coughing, please. Thank you. And we're back for Group 3, Session 2. You are welcome, K16R32 GTR. I'm going to call you a shorter name next time. I don't know if I'm just going to say K16, K16. I'll figure it out. All right, so we'll see. Let's see what Group 3 can do. This time, this is from the first group of the first session. Ty Gibbs set this lap. No one has come close to it ever since. Ryan Priest, this was also Group 1, Session 1. 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 Group 1. All the way down to, I think, Cindric here, Group 2, Session 1. So, yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of improvement in lap time, but let's look at Logano here. Let's see what Logano does. So Joey Logano's in this group. His fastest lap is a 14.28. His most recent lap is a 14.679. Let's see if he can get better than a 6.79 this session.
That's just past a half, in case you were wondering, Clint. Well, that's cycle on the tires too, right? I heard that. But talk to me about the cycle on the tires. You heat these things up. They're softer tires. You go out there, you sit, you work on them, and then they come back on. That cycle on the tires is a drastic change. Yeah, and you really don't know exactly what that's going to be like again because you don't get on another set of stickers until you go back.
And Logano's going backwards, so I guess, yeah, I guess all these times here on the right, I don't think they're going to improve at all. It feels like just the way that these practice sessions have been going. Everyone's fastest lap was set in their first session. They could be looking for race pace. I mean, if they're not expecting a lot of cautions in this thing like the Coliseum last year, or they're expecting to have a lot of laps under yellow, I really don't know what the expectation is. But I mean, the fastest in the third group overall is right here, 12th, Chase Elliott. And he has not improved from his first session. This is session 2 for them.
That's where you let off the brakes, let the car roll, and then start putting the gas down. That car has to be.
Denver, I would agree with that. I think outside of the road courses, the best chances at SVG winning an oval is a super speedway, and you got to have some things go your way there. Elliott just bump and ran Reddick in practice.
Gave him a courtesy right there. I like it because eventually this is what I need to see, right? This is what I'm going to feel in the racing environment. I need to go out there.
Oh, I'm wrong. Reddick got out of the way.
I've got a feel for the track. I got a feel for my
I kind of looked up and...
understand what it's going to take to race hard and race close to these cars.
Oh, no. Okay. There was at least one bump, so I'm not completely wrong. I'm only partially wrong. He bumped him one corner, and then the next corner, Reddick got out of the way. But we see Briscoe there in the 19, the Bass Pro Shops. That's going to take some time to get used to. Once again, I know I said that already, but... David, you hope Bowman, Austin Dillon, or Eric Jones break out this year? We'll see. I mean, Jones, the biggest question is what's Legacy going to do? And I'd argue it's the same for Austin Dillon, just with RCR rather than Legacy, because those two teams had a rough year last year. Zane Smith.
Chase Elliott and Bubba Wallace, and I said, man, that might have been one of the roughest stock car races I've ever run. They said, really? And it was like no big deal. I said, you guys didn't think so? And they said, no, it's just like legend car racing. You'll learn. I've learned. It's just like legend car racing, and that'll be what it is tonight. Oh my gosh! If you had to stack all the legend and Bandolero car bumpers Larry Mack and I bought, and in my next life, I want to be the guy that sells the bumpers. Well, that is the Ron Hornaday. He teaches those kids on Keelan's.
We're about halfway through this practice session for the group.
That's how Keelan learned that well. They have Larry Mack to thank for that. Did you know that? Really? Used to be you had to buy a whole bumper if you bent one. Larry Mack got him to sell the tabs separate, and we all saved a lot of money as a result.
Michael McDowell, the 71. That's another one that'll take some time to get. There's a lot of things. I mean, we got new teams this year. We got new cars. We got drivers switching. I mean, so much. I mean, just going up and down this leaderboard. We were doing it right before the session started and we got cut off. That's new. Okay, so let's see. How many of this 39 car field is new? 1, 2, 3, 4. Got a gap here. 5. 5.5. We'll say 5.5 for Haley. New number, that's 6.5. 7.5, 8.5, 9.5, 10.5. Even though it's still an SHR number. 11.5, 12.5. Okay, part-time. That's not really a surprise. So 12.5 changes, I would say. At least. I probably missed some. Or didn't deep dive enough of them, but...
He's got the best drive off of anyone in this group. That creates a little bit of maneuverability, too, in a racing environment. You can slide up the racetrack, get straighter up off the corner. If they get sideways, you might be able to get your nose underneath them before you get to the other end. And the other car that looks really good is the one car, Ross Chastain. He's got a very similar line off of turn 4. It seems like the guys that can get up the racetrack and diamond that corner a little bit later.
Denver, I mean, yeah, I think that's the expectation for everyone. I think everyone at this point expects SVG to win at least one of the 5 regular season road courses and make it in the playoffs. But, I mean, it's kind of like his Xfinity year last year where those road courses he's going to be favored. Maybe even in some cases heavily favored. But at the ovals, it's going to take some time to get used to. There will be some he does better at. There will be some he evolves to quicker. But there will be some he struggles at more. So, but we will talk about that 1 week from today, actually. I'm going to do a separate SVG season preview video. And I'll kind of break down what you guys need to know about his 2025 year, his averages from last year, what he's done in Cup so far outside of the Chicago win. And once again, just a bunch of averages, really. But we got about a minute 15 left in this session. And then we will be on to qualifying, setting up the lineups for the heat races later tonight. So that'll be fun. Excited for that. Season's underway. Man, how could you not be excited right now? I guess if you're not a NASCAR fan, you're not really excited. So talking about James Small and Chase Briscoe, how that dynamic's going to work this year. It's a good point to bring up. You know, James Small and Martin Truex Jr., they had their successes for sure, but every once in a while, they'd have this random moment where it seemed like, and it's once again, it's the radio, it's the heat of the moment. No one actually knows what's going on internally, but it just seemed like something was off there. But once again, what do I know? We'll see how Briscoe and James Small mesh. Daisy, welcome. Hope all is well in Australia. Hope it's doing, I mean, it's summer there, so hopefully it's not too hot. Someone earlier was talking about how it's 100 degrees down there. What is that, 30 degrees Celsius, I think they said. So hope you're staying cool. As long as he picks up big points in the Ovals races, that's a realistic goal. Yeah, but at the same time, like, you know, Xfinity versus Cup. Cup is much more competitive, the cars themselves and then also the field itself. So last year we saw SVG run 15th to 20th at new tracks for the most part. He would finish in that range, but this year it could be 20th or 25th, 22nd to 27th. We don't really know what to expect. These first two races, I'd say it could be like last year we get the super speedways. Right off the bat, the super speedways are his best chance to be competitive. Gets a good result. Everyone's like, whoa, what's happening? Then we go to Vegas, or actually we go to COTA. The hype could be, if SVG gets like a top 10 at Daytona, another top 10, 15 at Atlanta, then wins COTA, the hype will be off the charts by his fans, I'm sure. What's after that? Phoenix. Phoenix is the first real oval. We'll see how that goes. But I get what you're saying. But we're about to start qualifying here. We're about to set the lineup for the heat races. That should be fun. And then the heat races are later tonight. So yeah, I am going to live stream through qualifying. And then after qualifying is over, that will be it for the live stream. Then we got the heat races. And after the heat races, I might do a video. It just depends on what happens. If not, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the actual event itself. I'll talk about it regardless. But as of right now, we're going to watch qualifying here. We're going to have fun for the last 20, 30 minutes, however long this takes. And yeah, it'll be fun. John, I'm glad you enjoy it. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for the kind words. I really appreciate you watching. Sometimes I got to slow down talking. English language can be hard, especially if you talk too quick. But I appreciate the nice words, John. So thanks. And thank you to everyone else for watching. I appreciate you all 28 of you that are on here right now. Oh, it's a Super Bowl advertisement. Oh, it's the worst possible matchup. I cannot stand either of these teams in the Super Bowl. I have zero motivation to watch it this year. Anyways, we're not here to talk about this terrible matchup in the Super Bowl. We're here to talk about NASCAR because the season's officially underway. How could you not be more excited? Wow. Is it really the 25th season for Fox? Wow. That's crazy. Oh my God. Yeah, I forgot. 2001 was their first year. This sure is their 25th season. Oh my goodness. Because I forgot they had a rough start. I forgot about that.
He doesn't have every team is the 49ers, and then it's always something different. Kevin, look at this. The Clash, I don't know where he's at.
Oh, they're showing the booth on TV. Kevin Harvick and Clint Boyer, they waved at the TV.
Well, I hope the Chiefs do well. They will. For your sake. I mean, they will. You know. Here's the thing.
Oh, someone's wearing a Bobby Boucher jersey in the crowd. That's hilarious.
Every time my beloved Chiefs go to the Super Bowl. I mean, you ought to see how worn out this jacket is by now. It's been to a lot of parties and a lot of stuff.
All right, looks like we're about to get our first qualifying session underway.
As close as our director Artie Kempner could find to Chiefs regalia here at Bowman Gray. This is not Chiefs country, Clint. No. You know, 2 years ago we were America's team, right? Everybody loved the story. Everybody, I think they're over it. You know,
My favorite part is listening to the Bills fans.
there's some Logano. Well, it's red and yellow. My man's tired. I hear you, buddy. Yep. Heat races are coming. A little chilly. Getting a little chilly here tonight in the triad.
Well, here we go.
All right. Qualifying. Setting the lineups for
Yeah, Mike.
the heat races.
You could run about 15 or 16 laps. Everybody's put that second set of sticker brand new tires on.
Oh, okay. I'm dumb. I misinterpreted this. So I thought it was a full 8-minute session. What they're doing here is they're splitting each of the 3 groups in half, and they're doing 4-minute sessions to set the lineup. Fastest lap, that'll get you. So how do you tell? How am I supposed to tell on this list here? Anyway, they'll show it on Fox, I'm sure. Maybe the NASCAR leaderboard will reload, refresh, whatever the word is. Stewart, hope all is well in the Oz. Oh, Ty Dillon's smoking the tires a little bit. Let's see here. Man, Ty Dillon, oh my goodness, dude. You're going to kill your left front. Can we get a leaderboard, please? I would like to know who's going fast in qualifying. It's kind of an important thing. Hello, Fox Sports. I would like to know who's going fast. Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. Okay, let's see if there's anything on the internet. I mean, we don't have the leaderboard. It would be really nice to know right now. Hello, Fox, NASCAR, someone. We are looking at the practice times. I would like to see the qualifying times. I would like to see who makes the race, or not makes the race, who lines up where in the race. Brett, where's the raw feed at?
Tim Brown and Ty Dillon. 7 cars on track. Minute 40 to go.
Oh, is it this? Oh, is this like the... Oh, yeah. Is this timing and scoring? Aha. Yes. Thank you, Brett. Thank you. Cool. Perfect. Oh, Sean, I needed to refresh. I thought it was going to auto-refresh. All right, I apologize, NASCAR. I yelled at you for nothing. I don't know what I'm doing. So Hocevar's the quickest. Tim Brown's down there. Yeah, Micah. Okay, I can confirm. Fox does not have the leaderboard. I don't know what's up with that.
Second fastest. It happened on his 4th lap. Hocevar on his 5th is fastest. Grayson on his 5th. Herbst on his 6th lap. Yeah.
So I'm curious to see if going out first, how much of a difference that makes. Because I mean, in the entire practice sessions, the guys who went out first, they were the quickest. That first group was like 1 through 10 on the leaderboard. So how much Hocevar, is he going to end up being the fastest? If he's fastest in this group, is he going to be fastest overall? Oof, Gregson locking up a good bit there.
When you start sliding that tire, as you go in the corner, that tire finds that flat spot again. And
Oh my goodness.
you just keep locking.
Really smoking him there.
Not only does it not turn as well, but that flat spot under braking always finds itself if it's bad enough.
How much time do we have left?
5 of the 7 cars on track turned their fastest lap on lap 4 or lap 5.
Lap 4 or lap 5 was the quickest, according to Mike Joy. They've run about 6. Oh, here we go. Now they have the leaderboard up here on Fox. Well, maybe it's because it's over. I don't know. It says it's still green.
All right, Carson Hocevar fastest. 14.
So Hocevar fastest.
Ryan Priest, Noah Gregson, Riley Herbst.
There's your Group 1 final results. So we'll see. Once we get the starting lineup, I'll pull that up at some point, I'm sure.
Of the track from turn 3. The pit area here for Saturday Night Racing at Bowman Gray is behind,
And here comes the second half of the group.
which is in the end zone of the Winston-Salem State.
And that includes Byron, Larson, Bowman, Suarez, Gibbs, and Bubba Wallace.
Classrooms are used as VIP suites for the racetrack on Saturday night from mid-April until mid-August. And then they turn this facility over for football.
6 groups.
So here's the second half of Group 1, including
Denver, yeah, that's usually how it goes. The last cars who go out are usually quickest, but this is going to be different. This is going to be weird this year, or this specific race, but the rest of the year will be a little bit more normal. But everyone's warming up their tires, trying to get them clean, swerving, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But you guys can all see the zeros. These are the guys who are on track right now, and I guess timing and scoring is a little bit ahead. But let's see. Let's see who ends up being fastest. Hocevar was the fastest in that first group of 6. So who will be the fastest in Group 2? And then also, can Group 2 run faster than Group 1? Let's see here. Are they going to wave it green at any time, or are we just going to do pace laps here?
I don't know that you're gonna. You see the smoke come out of Larson's car right there.
Still under yellow.
Warm the brakes up, locks up the left front tire.
And all of these drivers know what happened in the session immediately prior and where those fast laps came from. So this is the second half of Group 1.
You hear a lot of these guys, the different strategies of warming up the tires, like we
Is this working? I accidentally clicked on something, or I swiped on something, and I thought it killed the stream.
tires a little bit. I don't think you want to get those back tires.
Is it working? Live stream working?
Heat with this
Did I break it on accident?
here is definitely going to be better.
I was trying to scroll to something.
Racetrack, the green will fly as William Byron comes.
All right, we're finally green. So if the stream's not on, that's awkward.
There we go. We see some more smoke
Okay.
on the screen, and it's coming out of Kyle
It's
Larson.
still showing us right now.
Again, 2 corners in a row. That's
All right.
not what you want to do on
I think we're good. Anyways, all right, Group B here. Let's see. It's still technically Group 1. Whatever. Thank you, Brett. Thank you for letting me know. I thought I just killed the stream on accident. All right, so Byron hops up to 4th. Bowman up to 4th ahead of Byron. Suarez up to 7th. Gibbs up to 4th. Oh, Byron just went fastest. Wow. So yeah, it's still Group 1. Oh, now Bowman's up there. So I guess maybe the groups don't matter as much as they did in practice now that there's less cars on the track. You're able to push a little bit harder. I mean, they're still not reaching that 14:019 that Ty Gibbs set in practice, those first laps out there, but you're able to go faster than the group in front of you, it appears. So now we see Bubba up there in second. So it's Bowman, Bubba, Byron. Hocevar was in that first group. Gibbs. Priest was in that first group. Gregson. I think Gregson might have been in that first group. I can't remember. Who's on track right now? But yeah, they said that kind of sweet spot was lap 4 to 5 for everyone. That was when they set their fastest lap. So we're beyond that. Some of these guys, you might just have to back off for a minute, maybe cool everything down, let everything kind of chill out. I don't know, and then go push later. But it seems like everyone's still going here. So we'll see how they approach the rest of the session now that everyone's basically, set their times in a sense. Wow, Byron just went fastest. They said that was his 7th lap. So that was outside. I mean, I know it's not much of a trend because it's only 13 cars, but I'm breaking the trend a little bit there on lap 7 being the fastest. 14:226 by Byron. That's the record, or that's the pace right now.
This is really, as the progression has gone forward, I mean, qualifying is a little bit different than all those multiple laps in practice, but I think that the tire in that window of fast laps is kind of limited what you can do.
Now, Harvick's kind of talking about how it's limited what you can do in terms of, once you hit a certain lap amount, you can't really do much more than what the tire allows you or what the car allows you. We got 50 seconds left. So yeah, I mean, Byron, Bubba, they're already pulled off track. They're first and third right now. I just think that they can't do any better because they maxed it out. That lap 4 to 8, now we're going to call it 4 to 8 because Byron set his fastest lap on the 7th lap. That seems like where you're able to maximize the car in the qualifying session in this mini 4-minute groups. That's where you're able to maximize the car in a sense. Suarez is still on track, though. He's still trying to get something out of it. 9th overall, though. And he's not going to finish this lap. So, Byron goes fastest. He was Group 2, or Group 1B, I should say. And he goes fastest. Hocevar the fastest in Group 1A. 4th fastest overall at the moment. We've only had 13 of the 39 cars out on track, but we're about to get Group B out there, or Group 2, and then we'll have an A and a B subsection of that group. Yeah, Bubba does look pretty fast. Obviously 3rd right now. David, you're picking William Byron. I'll wait till the end of qualifying to make my pick. Definitely manipulated, I guess, if you want to say that. Waiting till the end of practice or qualifying, but we'll make our normal Monday picks come Monday, and you won't have to worry about it. I can't tell if someone's like speeding up and down the road or if they're doing burnouts in a parking lot nearby. But someone's making a lot of noise. That way. Still on commercial here. Waiting for Group 2. Group 2, Group A, Group 2A. All right, we're almost out of this commercial, I think. Maybe. Aha! Yeah, good timing. I called it. All right. Here we go. So Group 2, and this first one is going to be 2.A or 2A. And that's going to include... so I'm checking basketball, so I'm trying to see how Texas is doing here. Oh, they're doing good. How about that? Really good. LSU sucks. Wow.
NASCAR's calling it a timed practice, and it will determine the starting lineup for the
So on the track right now, we got Burt Myers, John Hunter Nemechek, Justin Haley, Todd Gilliland, Eric Jones, and Cole Custer. That's our Group 3. We'll see how they do in regards to Group A or 1A and 1B. Because 1A, I mean, on practice, that first group that went, they were the fastest. No one got close to them. Then we get to qualifying in Group 1A, fastest, but then Group 1B blew them away. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, I think. And then Group, once again, 1A is 4, 6, 8, 10, and then 11, 12, 13. So, I'm curious to see how it splits up here. But we'll see. We got all these guys. Anyone that's run less than double-digit laps, that's your group. Haley, Jones, Custer, Gillen, Kyle Busch, Burt Myers, and John Hunter. Green flag. We're going. So here we go. 4 minutes. You got to figure it out. But as I said earlier, it seems like when they were talking about which lap everyone set their fastest lap on, that group, that 1A, everyone was setting their fastest lap from Group 4 to 5. But then we saw William Byron fastest in Group 1B, fastest overall. He set his fastest lap on lap 7. So maybe if you can time it just perfectly, you can have laps 4 through 7, 4 through 8 as your opportunity to get your best lap. But we'll see here. Kyle Busch is in this group, obviously a veteran. We'll see how he does. I think that's going to be a good benchmark for this group. But I mean, right now these first couple laps are slow. I mean, it's 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So once again, we were not expecting anything these first couple of laps. But once we get to lap 3, like here we see Custer jump into 10th, Eric Jones up to 13th, Justin Haley in that same range, and Jones just had a massive lockup, so that might mess up his whole entire weekend. Just knowing how hard it might be to pass. Once again, might be. We really don't know what to expect this weekend. But, I mean, no one's shooting up the chart. Custer's sitting there at 10th. Haley now up to 10th. But, once again, nothing. Oh, Custer up to 3rd. Wow. So there we go. Group 2A. 3rd fastest, faster than a Group 1A car. The fastest 1A car. So there you go. That's a huge lap from Custer. I mean, I knew that they had that alliance with, I think it's RFK. Haley up to 2nd. Man, maybe the track evolves a little bit more now that we're doing qualifying single lap. Everyone's pushing. Gilliland up to 7th. We're in that hot spot right here. This has got to be the tail end. I feel like we've been watching this forever. Okay, it's been 2.5 minutes, but these are 14, 15-second laps. So, wow, Haley up to 2nd, Custer up to 4th, Gilliland up to 7th. Oh, Todd had to bump Burt Myers out of the way. Cindy, NASCAR has not been here since 1971, so 54.
Session like this, you want to be spaced out enough.
Yeah, 54 years. It's 2025. I did my math right the first time. Good job, me, who usually sucks at math.
Todd Gilliland was very aware of that and tried to shove him
54 years, but Todd Gilliland's still pushing. But man, Group 2A, decent job here. You see, Custer's already pulled out. A minute left. He's already pulled off the track. He's already going to the garage because
at this particular point, lap 4 to 7, 8 is going to be your best lap. There's no reason to keep going longer laps.
yeah, so that's what Harvick's saying. That sweet spot, lap 4 to 8. After that, if you can't get anything, I mean, it's better to pull off the track, not risk anything. It's over. You're not going to have a shot at anything, so. Kyle Busch 13th. Oh boy, Kyle Busch fans overreact to a preseason race. Not really. Please don't. You guys will be fine. Maybe. I can't guarantee you anything.
Rodney Childers, and I know how much time and effort and how many
Oh yeah, Rodney Childers on the 7 car. I almost forgot about that.
glad to see him up at the top of that board.
We have some of these guys at the end here. A last-ditch effort in a sense, trying to jump up Nemechek and Myers. Nemechek still in 16th, Myers still in 20th. But it's actually kind of interesting, especially, I mean, Justin Haley in a Spire car. I know that they're supposed to be improved this year, but see him jump up, beat Alex Bowman, Bubba Wallace, Kyle Larson. I mean, those are Ty Gibbs. Those are some big names, big cars that they're beating. Same story with Custer. And once again, I don't want to overreact to a preseason race, but I mean, for the rest of this session, for the rest of this night, in terms of the qualifying, it's kind of a big deal, I'd say. Still in commercial, by the way. When David is asking, when's the last time Hendrick won the Clash? Oh gosh, I don't know. Actually, it's a good question. Didn't Johnson win it in like 2019 or 2020 when he wrecked Paul Menard for the win? I think Jimmy Johnson has the last Clash win for Hendrick because I don't think Elliott's ever won it. I don't think Larson, Byron, or Bowman have ever won it. So my guess is Jimmy Johnson 2019. That's a good question, though. So, good question. I don't know the answer. I have a good guess, though. Surely we should almost be done with this commercial break here. Well, yeah, on the live leaderboard, we already got guys on track. What are we doing here? Fox. I don't want to see a slobbering bulldog. Okay, yeah, someone broke their phone. Good job. Congratulations. So this group, we got Bell, Blaney, Hamlin, Cindric, SVG. Big session for him. Busher. All right, here we go. All right, we're back.
In the first part of round two, first half of round two, second half on track now. Rodney Childers with a back slap, and if that holds up, he's on the
All right.
for he's number
So this is Group 2B. Once again, I'm just very curious to see how this track evolves, see how each group does. So our fastest in 1B and overall is Byron. Haley's from 2A. Bowman's from 1B. Custer's from 2A. Bubba's from 1B. Hocevar's from 1A. Gilliland's from 2B or 2A. So Spire were expected to be greatly improved with all their in-house changes. Yeah. Haley coming on board to drive. Rodney Childers taking over the 7 car for crew chiefing. McDowell coming over with Travis Peterson. All right, let's see here. All right, so once again, these first 3 laps, it's almost like warm-up laps at this point. How are these guys going to do? How are they going to warm up? You can't mess up here. And then laps 4 through 8 are kind of your range. That's when you got to make your fastest lap. That's when you got to make the charge and try to jump up the leaderboard. Try to get up here with Byron, Haley, Bowman, Bubba, Custer, all those guys. So here we go. This is it. This first minute, we can kind of sit back, relax. We're not going to see anyone jump up the leaderboard. Oh, we see Busher up to 13th. Pretty quick. Blaney up to 13th. Christopher Bell up to 5th. Really quick. Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, Christopher Bell. SVG up to 4th. What? Oh, my. Blaney up to 8th. Hamlin up to 2nd. Bell up to 4th. Oh, man, this Group 2B is fast. Cindric to 2nd. Group 2B. Group 2B. As of right now, this Blaney fastest. Yep, this is the group. Hamlin fastest. Bell fast. Oh, my goodness. What has this group found? This group is more than almost a 1/10 of a second faster than anyone else has been all day. My screen is frozen. What? I'm showing good down here. We good now, Sean? Anyway, SVG back up to 4th. Busher fastest. Oh my, this group is insane.
Who in the first round of practice was not good and never made the main event in the 3 years we ran the Clash at the LA Coliseum. He's fastest.
Well, he's put himself
Oh my.
in a position to be
Yeah, Denver, you're right. The track is rubbering up. I mean, this group is insane. A 14.146 from Busher.
It really does. Oh. Yeah, he was 30th,
Wow.
30th fastest in practice. Wow.
Good grief. What a group. I mean, that's got to be it. I think that prime time hit quickly. I mean, look at this. This whole Group 2B. First. Oh, wait, I'm on the wrong screen. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 7th.
6 of the top 7 are from this group.
Wow. That group just, they found something. Or the track rubbered up perfectly. The temperature was perfect. Something for this Group 2B just absolutely blew them away. But, I mean, look at this.
And the way that they split these groups up were off of last year's points. You would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, in
This is 2B right here. This is 1B, 2B, 2A, 1B, 2A, 1B, 1A. I mean, guys, Group 1A. The fastest car in Group 1A is in 12th. 12th. The fastest in Group 1B, who was the fastest overall for the first 3 sessions, is now 6th. The top 5, all from this session. Oh my goodness. Wild. What a group. Look at Craig, weird to see SVG, all you SVG fans. Look at 5th. First ever practice session or qualifying session on a quarter mile. Man, that group just blew everyone away. Good grief. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 7th. Woo. Aza, welcome to the live chat. So the next, yeah, Micah, at this point, I don't know what to expect with the next group because we were like gradually kind of getting quicker. And I thought that group, what was it, 1B? I thought that was going to be the group with Byron and Larson and Bowman. And I think Ty Gibbs was in there. And they looked pretty fast. And I thought, man, if this 2A can't get it, and 2A, like, it didn't have the heavy hitters like Larson and Byron and whatnot. But I was thinking, if they can't get close, then that might be it if the track's not evolving. Because in practice, we never saw that. In practice, Group 1, in the first 5 minutes, they set the fastest laps, and no one got close to that the rest of practice. But we get to qualifying. There's less cars on track. There's only about 5 of them on track at a time now. And you're pushing maybe a little bit harder versus looking at the long run. And we still, that's the thing. The fastest lap in practice was still a tenth and a half quicker than this. This is just really, really borderline weird, borderline bizarre. I mean, just that group just blew me away. I mean, I'm blown away here. I mean, that was quite something. I mean, just wow. Wow, wow, wow. Whew. Weather related. Cindy, it is currently night in North Carolina, but that's what I'm trying to figure out. Is you would think as time goes on, the colder the track goes, rubber getting laid down should, help in a sense, but in practice we didn't see this at all. We didn't see anyone improve. I mean, maybe in the lap averages, the 5 lap, the 10 lap, I haven't quite looked at that yet, but the single lap, I mean, Group 2B just blew the world away. Oh my goodness. I'm mind blown here. That was quite something. Hopefully we're about done with this commercial break. Big names in this next group too. Who's in this group? Oh yeah, Chastain's in there. I'd say Chastain's the biggest name in there, honestly. We got essentially a rookie, Stenhouse, Allmendinger, McDowell. I mean, we got some veterans in there, but I mean, that group 1B with Larson and Byron and Ty Gibbs, I mean, that was kind of a heavy hitting group. But yeah, we got some veterans in there. McDowell, I'm curious to see how he does. But this, after Group 2B, I have no idea what to expect here. No idea who's going to go fast here. I'm fully expected for Group 2B to suddenly be blown away after they blew everyone away. Maybe the track's truly evolving. Anyways, sit back, watch, get the popcorn out. This will be something. All right, let's see. Lap 4 to 8. That's your prime time. That's your time to do it. Oh, my. 2B or not 2B? Well, that's what we're about to figure out. If you were in Group B right now, you were in the hot group. You were in the good group. But we're about to see how this evolves once again. All right, so everyone's easing in. SVG must have had a red flag. Hey, he might have. It's on his car now. Might as well. All right, so Buscher's still the fastest, obviously. Top 10 still the same. We haven't seen any changes. Everyone's warming up. These first few laps are basically warm-up laps. Let's see what this group does. Chastain, McDowell, Allmendinger are your heavy hitters in this group, I'd say. But let's see. Zane Smith, we'll see how he does. All right, we should see the kick in here in about the next 20 seconds. It's about the mid 2-minute mark is when we start to see all the fast laps kicking in. But top 10 still unchanged, about a minute 10 into the session. Oh, McDowell, oh my goodness. Hit a storm drain. And Chastain trying to dime the corner. No one's jumped into the top 10 here. Still waiting. Still staying the same.
Doesn't have the speed out of this group so far. You see Chastain 12th quick overall with a 14:26.
Chastain up to 12th. Okay, that's obviously a pretty big improvement. Zane Smith up to 20th. We'll see who can jump into the top 10. I mean, we should be reaching the prime right about now. Here by Group 3A. Stenhouse up to 22nd, but really not much. No one shooting into the top 10 yet. Oh, there goes Zane Smith. Zane Smith to 9th. Okay, so we have our first top 10 entry by Group 3A. It's Zane Smith in 9th. No one else yet. No one else. Wow, it says there's 50 people here. That's pretty. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I'm glad you're here. And if you're enjoying it, I'm glad you're enjoying it. If you're not, I'm sorry, but I hope you have a good day, and I appreciate you being here. Zane Smith's still the only one in the top 10. We're about to be out of that prime window, that lap 4 to lap 8. Or I feel like we already are. Usually people start pulling off the track. So this Group 3A, I mean, once again, this Group 3A, they didn't really have what I would call the heaviest hitters. But I thought they were going to do something just based on how that Group 2B did. I mean, that Group 2B just blew everyone away. I mean, there were some heavy hitters in that group. I mean, Busher, Hamlin, Bell, Blaney. Those are some heavy hitters, guys. Those are all race winners in 2024. Even Austin Cindric. SVG was a blown bus stop away from being a race winner in 2024, but I mean, 6 of the top 7 by 2B. No one in Group 3A is gonna top that. They're not even gonna get into the top 8. They're 9th. Zane Smith, I'm gonna declare it with 10 seconds left. Zane Smith, fastest in Group 3A, but nowhere close to what 2B did. That Group 2B, they are our all-stars for the night. Wow, I mean, only 2 in the top 20 with Chastain at 12th. Group 3A with a disappointing outing here. Wow.
And I think the thing that answers with this group, it's not like the racetrack was changing or something was picking up as far as the cars on the racetrack or the conditions outside or whatever it was.
There's some heavy hitters in this last group. Don't go away.
Yeah. Boyer said it. Boyer said it himself. There's some heavy hitters in this last group. Joey Logano's in there. Tyler Reddick's in there. Chase Elliott, Chase Briscoe. I mean, this group, they could be the ones that take the crown off of 2B's head. So, for those of you who are just sitting here right now, we have separated our groups. We had 3 groups, and we separated them into separate subgroups. So we had Group 1, Group 2, Group 3. Now we have 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, 3A, 3B. So going through this leaderboard here, our top 5 are all from Group 2B, which was about 5 to 6 cars, 6 to 7 cars. And then we have Group 1B here in 6th, who was the fastest prior to Group 2B showing up. This is from Group 2B. Justin Haley is from Group 2A. Zane Smith is from Group 3A, so that's your fastest in 2A, your fastest in 3A. Alex Bowman was in Group 1B. Cole Custer was in Group 2A. Chastain 3A. Bubba Wallace was in Group 1B. And Carson Hocevar, right here in 14th place, was the fastest in Group 1A. That first little subsection, the first 6 guys, he was the fastest. Oh, they're doing driver interviews. I didn't see that. Oops. Talking to Christopher Bell, but all of a sudden, he's 14th. 2B blew him away.
Practice was obviously less than ideal. But heck, I don't know. It all is so fast-paced that you're just on to the next one, focusing on what you can do to be better.
Yes, Cindy, this is the final group coming up. 3B will be our final group for qualifying.
Adjustments to get us a good qualifying lap. So we are off to a lot better start than we were last year at this show in the Mobil 1 Camry.
All right, it's good to see you smile. That tells us you're off to a good start.
All right, Group 3B, let's see what they can do. Group 2B is still the ones that has blown us away, just out of nowhere. Just all right. Let's see here. Green flag's out. We'll see what they can do. Once again, this first minute 15, that's kind of your warm up. But then laps 4 to 8, that should be your hot laps. Those should be your best possible laps. And that's where we should see people start to shoot up the leaderboard. But right now, the The fastest overall is from 2B. The fastest from 1B is in 6th. The fastest from 2A is in 8th. The fastest from 3A is in 9th. The fastest from 1A all the way down in 14th. But just get ready to start. Cindy, it's Barry, Briscoe, Keselowski, Elliott. Honestly, if I scroll down, we're gonna miss all the people shooting up the leaderboard. Well, I guess I can scroll down a little bit more for you. There you go. Okay, now you can see the full field. I didn't realize that earlier. Thanks for pointing that out. But okay, Chase Briscoe up to 13th. Less than a minute into the session. Reddick up to 20th. Logano up to 4th. Group 3B here. This might be for the pole. Elliott up to 4th. Logano 5th. They have officially split up that Group B. Look, Keselowski 3rd. This Group 3B, they might get the pole here. They might beat out Group 2B. Reddick up to 3rd. Elliott fastest. Group 3B is going to get the pole. Elliott fastest with a 14.119. Still a full 10th off the fastest practice lap, by the way, which is crazy. No one else shooting out the leaderboard. Elliott just ran a faster lap of 1:15. Logano up to 6th. So Elliott, what's Logano going to do here? Briscoe's in the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of the top 10. This is insane. 5 of the top 10 are going to be from Group 3B, and the other 5 in the top 10 are from Group 2B. So 2 whole groups are in the top 10. Oh my goodness. Wow. That is crazy. Wow. I don't see anyone improving from here. It looks like Elliott's going to be on pole for Heat 1. Buscher's going to be on pole for Heat 2. Hamlin's going to be on pole for Heat 3. Reddick's going to be on pole for Heat 4. Keselowski starting on row 1 for Heat 2. Briscoe on row 1 for Heat 3. Or for Heat 2, sorry. Logano on front row for Heat 3. Bell on row 1 for Heat 4. Blaney starting 3rd in Heat 1. SVG starting 3rd in Heat number 2. Byron starting 3rd in Heat number 3. Cindric starting 3rd in Heat number 4. I really hope that they have... I really hope that they have a graphic, because if I have to go through, I'm going to misspeak so many times that I'm going to confuse everyone. But wow, what a Groups 3B and Groups 2B. Wow. That's crazy.
So tonight, the NASCAR Clash at Bowman Gray Heat races 8:30 Eastern Time. Tomorrow, last chance qualifier at 6. NASCAR race day at 7:30. The NASCAR Clash.
That's crazy.
At 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Next on FS1, Empty Cup. The 92 NASCAR Championship. We'll see.
So we got about 20 minutes till the heat start. I got to go eat dinner. But wow, what a qualifying session. Good grief. I mean, right off the bat, we saw, obviously that first group, obviously the fastest. No one else has been on track. Group 1B comes out, but there's some heavier hitters in there, and they run faster. And it's like, okay. We see you. Hey, we see you. But then, out of nowhere, Group 2A comes out, and they do their thing. Not as many heavy hitters. Group 2B just blows everyone away. They take up the top 5 spots, 6 of the top 7. Who's going to stop 2B? 3A? Not even close. Their fastest guy was 9th. And then Group 3B. Elliott on pole from Group 3B. So if we go through here, group by group of the top, let's do the top 15. I think I can remember those. Group 3A, or 3B, sorry, Group 3B is on pole. The fastest from Group 2B is second. 2B, 3B, 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 2B, 2B, or 3B, sorry, 2B, 2B. That's your top 10. Your entire top 10 consisted of guys from groups 2B and 3B. And then the fastest from group 1B is 11th. And the fastest from group 1A is all the way down here in 19th. Track evolution, ladies and gentlemen. Track evolution. But we didn't see it a lot in practice in terms of individual lap times. Let's go clicking around here. Let's go to lap averages. Aha. 5 lap. I want 5 lap. Fastest 5 lap average. Ty Gibbs, 14.133. Then we had Larson, Bubba, Priest, Gregson. I wish they would like reorder it for you. I mean, they do, but I'd like to see like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Coming down here, the 5 lap, there's SVG. And then Garrett Smithley, the slowest in the 5 lap. Let's go to the 10 lap. 10 lap, Ty Gibbs and Larson Bubba, still 1, 2, 3. Scrolling down here. We got it pretty consistent from the front to the back, it seems like. And then we go to the 15 lap. All right, let's see if anything. Okay, so Bubba and Larson flipped on the 15 lap. John Hunter, wow, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. John Hunter in the top 10 on the 15 lap. Good for him. Coming down this list a little bit. Then coming down to the 20 lap, we've got Ty Gibbs and Larson, still 1, 2. Bubba on the 20 lap fell off a little bit, it seems like, in those last 5 laps. Seeing if anyone sticks out here. Once again, we saw John Hunter in that top 10 for, what was it? The 15 lap, the 10 lap, 64 people. Wow. Big number. Welcome to the live stream. It's about to be over, but welcome. Christopher Bell down here. I mean, where's Chase Elliott? Where's Elliott at? I mean, he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He was the quickest overall in qualifying. But Ty Gibbs, it seems to be leading. I mean, the 15 lap, the 30 lap. Okay, well. 30 lap, Ty Gibbs falls to third. But look at this. I mean, Ty Gibbs, keep an eye on this 54. Overall, no. 5 lap, Ty Gibbs. 10 lap, Ty Gibbs. 15 lap, Ty Gibbs. 20 lap, Ty Gibbs. 25, Ty Gibbs. 30 lap, Kyle Larson. But Ty Gibbs still right there. Ty Gibbs seems quick for this clash. So, wow. It's kind of crazy. Let's see what the comments are saying. Everyone make your picks. Who do you think's going to win the clash? I know we still have the heat races to go. We don't know who's going to make it. We got about 20 minutes till then. But who's going to end up making this thing or winning this thing? Ty Gibbs and Kyle Larson, Bubba Wallace, they looked really good. But Chase Elliott in the single lap looked really good. Hold on. I'm going to see if I can find the starting lineup for the heats. We don't have official lineups yet. We will at some point. But anyways, sorry, something shiny. Lake Norman, North Carolina. Welcome, Jamie. Jamie says that Joey Logano is going to win the clash. We don't know the lineup yet for the groups and whatnot, but we're going to figure it out at some point. But everyone give me your picks for the clash. I'll make my clash pick at 7:20, and then after that I'll log off, go eat dinner, and get ready for the heat races. Or I'll eat dinner while I'm watching the heat races. But Everyone, let me know what your picks are. We got a Joey Logano pick from Jamie. Thank you to everyone who's here. Thanks to everyone who watched throughout this thing. If you're wondering what the link is, it's to our fantasy league. Feel free to join. It's for fun. We have fun. It's exciting. Every week we get on here and we look at the standings. If you're leading, you get applause. If you're running 8th, you still get applause. You just get less applause. You get the 8th most applause. But yes, well, that was the individual laps. SVG was 10th in qualifying here. Well, okay, this is all out of whack. This is from practice. I want qualifying. Show me qualifying. Okay, it's all out of whack. But SVG was 10th in qualifying. So he's going to start 3rd in Heat 2, I think, if I did that math right. He starts 3rd in Heat 2. So the heat races start here in about 15 minutes. And I'll do maybe some sort of post-heat race recap, depending on what happens. If not, we'll talk about it tomorrow in some sort of video. But, yeah, man, qualifying was wild. I mean, that's one of the wildest qualifying sessions. So, but I hope that answered your question, Mike. Let's see here. But I'll tell you at 7:20. I'll tell you my pick for the Clash. So everyone else, make your picks for the Clash. Heat races will start at 38. Okay, so they adjusted the time. But, yeah, let me know what your picks are. I think it's going to be difficult to pass, so factor that in. But, hey, everyone, let me know your picks, and we'll see. David says Chase Elliott or William Byron. Jamie earlier said Joey Logano. How did Logano qualify? That's a great question. We lost the qualifying live feed. I got to fish around the internet now. Put the pen down so I can type with both hands like a normal person. Go to Bob Pocker's Twitter. He's got to have it. Okay, they don't have it yet. Logano qualified well. He was in the top 10, so it looks like he's starting 2nd in Heat 4. So he qualified 8th overall, which is starting on the front row of Heat 2, or Heat 4, sorry. It's unofficial, but it looks like Elliott's on pole overall, and he's starting 1st in Heat 1. Pole on Heat 2 is Busher. Pole on Heat 3 is Hamlin. Pole on Heat 4 is Reddick. What if I just pull this over here? This will make it so much easier for everyone. Everyone read. Right here's what you want. Everyone give it a read. That's your heat lineups, presumed heat lineups. It's not confirmed yet by NASCAR itself. Mike is going for SVG. Sean is saying Larson versus SVG for the win. Cindy says wish, English is hard, SVG, but realistically Reddick. Mike, you are not alone, says John. So yeah, let's see what these picks are. I'll make mine here in a minute. I'm not going to build it up. I'm just going to blurt it out like I normally do. Who am I going to pick? That's a good question. Oh, I got it. Okay. I got my pick. I got my pick in here, boys and girls. All right. Once that turns to 7:20, I'm blurting it out. 7:20, 7:20, 20. Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell's winning the Clash. Fresh off the disappointment from 2024, not making the championship 4. Christopher Bell is going to win the Clash. He missed it last year. In fact, he did not make the main event. He is revenge seeking, redemption touring. Christopher Bell is going to win the Clash straight off the disappointment of 2024, straight off of not making the Clash at all in 2024. It's Christopher Bell. He's going to win the Clash. Hopefully he qualifies, or else that's going to age poorly. We got a lot of SVG picks here. I can tell where you guys are from. I can tell who your favorite driver is, but William Byron, Joey Logano, Christopher Bell. Oh, I said Christopher Bell. Yes, I did. Good morning to Nate Gravy 123. No, SVG won't do okay on a tight single lane track. Nate Gravy 123. Boy, do I have news for you. Now, obviously, it's not the race itself, but he was 10th overall in qualifying. 10th. I'm not making that up. And also, he starts, oh gosh, why did I click out of it? He starts second or third in heat 3, I think, third in heat 2. I can't remember. I really should have saved this stuff. I really should have kept it on the screen. Yeah, heat 2, SVG starting third. So we'll see how he does. He just has to finish in the top 5 to make the event. So once again, like, this is such a high number for our live streams. We don't usually have this high of a number on live streams. I kind of don't want to leave, so I'll just extend it out. It's my channel. I'll do what I want, you know? Anyways, we'll see. Watch Chastain or Bush win, then not win a race all year. That would suck. I mean, look, you want to win every race you can, but man, would it suck to lose every single points race after going and winning the Clash to start out your year. I mean, good grief, man. What a wild qualifying session, ladies and gentlemen. What a wild time to be alive. All right, I got to go eat dinner. I wanted to extend this out maybe a little bit longer, but I'm so hungry right now. I got to go eat something. We got the heats coming up in about 15 minutes. So in 15 minutes, the heat will start. Heat 1, Heat 2, Heat 3, Heat 4. The top 5 from each heat advance to the main event. It's pretty straight up, pretty simple. If you don't finish in the top 5, you have a last chance qualifier tomorrow. But we will know tonight. We will know 20 of the 23 spots in the Clash. Depending on what happens, I may do a post-race recap thingy. I for sure will do a post-race recap thingy after the main event. But thank you to everyone who showed up. What a live stream. Thank you. We had 64 people. That's a lot for us. So I appreciate everyone who showed up. I appreciate everyone who was here in the live chat, watched. If you watched for 2 seconds, if you watched the whole thing. Thank you to Jamie, Cindy, Daisy, Char23, Mike, Denver, Nate Gravy 123, John, Cindy. I think I already said those, but anyways, thank you again. David, Sean, coming up here to Aza, once again pronounced wrong. I'm sorry. Craig, thank you for being here. Brett, thank you for being here. Micah, thank you for always being here. Let's see, who else was here? I'm trying to scroll a little bit quicker. If I miss your name, I'm sorry. Stuart, thank you for being here. K16R32GTR, thank you for being here. Keep going, gotta keep going. I'm trying my best. Duke Chronic, thank you for being here. Other Jamie M, thank you for being here. M. Edmonds, thank you for being here. Cameron, thank you for being here. I think that's the top. That looks like the top. But thank you to everyone for being here. Thank you for watching. Hey, enjoy the clash. Enjoy the heats. They start in about 13 minutes. I'm going to stop streaming so I can eat, like Jamie said. And I will maybe be back tonight for a post-heat recap thing. Once again, we'll figure it out soon.